too much that I'm looking at. Bands on top of bands be falling over when my door's slam. I can't pay your bills just like he did, I need finance. I was being real, not like he did, where you find it?
Up next, the Rockets taking on the Spurs. For the Houston Rockets, so far this season has been all roses with 2 straight wins. Can they extend the streak? Spurs, Rockets, coming up next. Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Thursday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks.
And you know, for that Knicks game, that one's going to be the 7th game of the season, almost a full 10th of the season played after that one.
Here's the starting group for Houston. The forwards for him will be Brooks and Smith. Thompson is out there with Young. And it's Şengün in at the 5, home in the paint. And for the Spurs, up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Fox is out there with Castle. And it's Wembanyama in at the 5 spot. And as a coach, Stan, what's something you try to establish at this stage?
I think there's 2 things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything. From the way we practice, to the way we prepare for games, to the way we warm up, all of it. And then second of all, we're trying to figure out our rotation. Who's going to start, who's going to come off the bench, which groups work well together. It's an ongoing process.
A lot of moving parts, you're right. Here's Castle. He's covered by Thompson. Over in the corner, Barnes. Outside, Fox. And the 3-ball is good.
And at the arc, Fox has only gotten bolder. He takes threes without even thinking about it.
Thompson, high post. Wembanyama on him. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15 and 56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar.
Now, here's Fox. Last time out, he had 14 points. Nice shot by Wembanyama, no good. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, I did speak with the head coach of the Spurs. Now, I asked him about trying to slow down Trae Young, and the coach said you have to get the ball out of his hands. He can hurt you with the pass and with the shot. I'm not going to be surprised if you see them blitzing and doubling him a good portion of the game. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Now Fox, following the three-point attempt by Dillon Brooks.
And just maybe the quickest player in the league. Fox can get to the bucket at will. Better bring some help when he's driving.
Now, here is Young. This game he had 28 points. Şengün with a screen on Fox. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Fox with it. Now defended by Şengün. Fox against Şengün. And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got 7 points.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Young inside. Guarded by Fox. Here's Thompson. Down low. Clock at 6. They get it back.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Fox goes in. Young with the steal. Here's Brooks. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And he plays with swagger, and when Brooks makes plays like that, it just fuels his fire even more.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
It's Young on the wing. Wembanyama with the rebound. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against Dallas.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, and it's one thing to get the shot you want. It's another to make them. They've got good scorers on this team.
He's got such a smooth release on catch-and-shoot jumper. Smith is lethal off ball.
Fox passes to Wembanyama. Back to Fox. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Jeremy Sohan's checked in for Barnes. Johnson comes in for Devin Vassell. And Paul subbed in for Castle. Houston also making some changes. Kamar is checked in, and Porter subbed in for Amen Thompson. Count that bucket.
Yeah, you love to see that. Really solid stuff from Young in close.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Spurs. 6-point lead. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Portis, who's checked in for Houston. Amen Thompson comes in for Young. Out to Thompson. And the layup's good off the glass.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
First trip to the line for him here.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
And the Spurs making a change here. Branham's checked in.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
And Porter, here we go. Rebound by Sohan. Spurs leading by 8. Pass to Branham. Ball outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Paul's got 5.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And it's Thompson that time on the assist from Porter.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Now, here's Johnson. He had 15 points last outing. And it's Sohan missing. Here's Thompson. And Thompson slams it home.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Paul passes to Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've set the tone. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Taking a look at the Rockets, Thompson is out there with Porter. Then it's Clint Capella. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Kamare in at the 3 slot. And Stan, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. And I personally love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Rockets are making progress. Coach Ime Udoka said it doesn't happen overnight. Changing habits and things like that takes time. Guys learn and grow at a different pace. My thing is getting us all on the same page. We're not that far off. Kevin, they sure look like they're building in the right direction.
David, they are, and some good vets have helped as well. And we thank you for that report. Thompson misses, and timeout is called by Greg Popovich. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. making a change here. Champagne's checked in. Houston also making some changes. Kamar is checked in. Young is subbed in for Kevin Porter. Spurs leading by 7. And once again, Coach, this storied San Antonio franchise is on the upswing.
It sure is, Kevin. Look, they've got a Hall of Fame coach and a potential Hall of Fame centerpiece to build a team around. They've got great talent evaluators in the front office. You can't ask for a better recipe for success.
He gets that one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And so Fox will bring it up for the Spurs. Pass to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 7 points for Chris Paul.
And in the mid-range, Paul, so dangerous. He has a lot of angles he likes in that area.
Young against Paul. Releases from 15. Portis on the follow.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And it's Sochan missing. Rockets trail by 5. Pass to Kamare. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Rebound by Sochan. For San Antonio, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Paul with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. Knocked away. To the middle. Here's Portis. The rebound by Champagnie.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
The wide open look here for Fox. Good on the three-point shot. Fox has got 17 now.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Out to Brooks. Houston moving it around. Pass to Young to the wing right side. Here's Kamare. Guarded by Fox. Kamare misses. Spurs leading by 8. And here is Paul. Young taking his time here. Capella kicks to Young. Capella sets a screen for Young. Lets it go with a 3. Buries it from three-point range. He's got 7.
Yeah, he's picking it up here in the second quarter after a slow start.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Houston with a big group substitution here. With this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year. The Spurs second.
Just a gifted passing team. They play the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish and fluid offensively.
Now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how Keldon Johnson's doing. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Spurs head athletic trainer. He's dealing with a sore ankle right now, and they're icing it down to try and keep it from swelling too much. Well, you hate suffering injuries any time of the year, but it's especially impactful this early on. Tough break. Back to you guys.
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it is all.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
A 3 from Wembanyama, and again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And 1:01 left in the second quarter. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Here's Castle. He's covered by Thompson. Wembanyama outside. Ball against Young. Here's Wembanyama.
Maybe the most hyped teenager since LeBron James. Wembanyama is the poster child for upside.
The Spurs have missed a free throw. 5 for 5. Free throw good, Wembanyama. And really, Stan, Victor Wembanyama has a chance to be one of those paradigm-shifting players. Don't you agree?
Oh, no doubt, Kevin. First of all, there are not going to be very many 7'4" guys come along and then come with the skills that he has on a court. The length, his mobility, how fluid he is, it's unprecedented.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Pass to Castle. Now here's Barnes. Ball for 3. And no good that time.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Yep, that one goes in there. And 12 points for Trae Young.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Pass to Wembanyama. 2 on the clock. Wembanyama getting it done inside.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And so it's San Antonio going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what did you see in the first half?
We had ball movement. We weren't in mud. The guys were in attack mode. Nobody held the ball. You pass, catch, or shoot. And we did that a lot in the first half.
Yeah, you had them swiveling, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Halftime is here. And what better way to tip it off?
How about this, kid? Young has been a one-man show at times. Deep range, but also very instinctive passer.
I'm curious to see how he complements what they have. Then again, they might just hand him the keys to the offense. Let us take some time now to talk about the first half. A commanding performance for the Spurs.
They're playing the way they're supposed to. Run the offense until you get a good look. Not complicated at all.
I disagree. Patience and perspective is complicated. That's why many teams can't do it.
And that is a wrap.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
So with Paul on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Fox is out there with Castle. And it's Wembanyama in at the center. Rockets trail by 10. Young with the ball. And now by Barnes. They get it again. Young, good. Young's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Rockets.
Well, this is what Young is capable of every time he steps on the floor. He is a one-man offensive machine.
Rockets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Şengün. Out to Brooks. They grab their own miss. Şengün, no good.
This is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
A pass to Fox. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, What kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
From the corner, good, he hits the jump shot. Fox has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, when Fox gets into a rhythm, he is tough, having himself a night.
And Young kicks to Smith. Fox against Young, down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the drive. Rebound, San Antonio.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talents, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Coach, only 2 players have led the NBA in blocks as a rookie. Manute Bol and our favorite, Victor Wembanyama.
Well, Kevin, Wembanyama is already special defensively, not only as a shot blocker, but the amount of ground that he can cover to affect shots. And there are people around the league that believe that he can become the best defender of all time.
San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And that'll